I've been watching Simone Biles.
Okay, so let's talk about Simone. Yeah. If we were to use her as an avatar and some of the moves that she's doing right now, how do you perceive her to be
Well,
when you watch her?
well, first of all, I'm in love with her. I'm in love with everything about this woman. Isn't she incredible? I am so happy for her success. Um, she achieved the highest standards in gymnastics at the age of 19, and here she is in her sort of mid-late 20s, having come back from a really, really disappointing Olympics. And I'll just say a bit about it because it's just what makes the story for me even more incredible. She's in Tokyo. Widely reported issues around abuse of her and other members of her camp by a person with the duty of care, the athletics doctor. And she describes a breakdown waiting to happen. It all comes out in front of, millions and millions of televised viewers. And she's approaching the vault. She's approaching with uncertainty. You can't approach the vault with uncertainty. She goes to carry out her moves. She falls. She doesn't perform. You can see the shock of everyone, and you can see the footage of her saying, "I'm done," and she leaves. The thing that's incredible to me is shocking but not surprising how the media treated her. Gosh, we can be so cruel. We can be so cruel when people stumble. So off the back of that, she goes away from gymnastics. She goes away from the only thing she's known all of her life for, I think, something like 2 years. And here she is now. So what did society determine for her? I'm sure they thought she'd give it a good go. I'm sure that, we were all happy to see her back. She aced everything. You see, the funniest thing about the human body and the human mind is that I think she knew before she's done any of it that she's come there to win. I think she's already designed that. She's made that decision. And for me, this is where, we have to challenge ourselves and say, is it really true that we're going to allow other people to define and determine our future here? Because for Lake, I'm looking at her and I'm watching her, before some of the events. And for people who are watching this who don't know, she did the all-rounder. She did every single apparatus, every single thing that you could possibly do, the vaults, the beam, the floor, she was there. And you can see it in her face. She's already won it. How do we find that strength within us? She describes the therapy, the healing. She's had to do the work. We don't see that. We'll all see and clap as she holds up her gold medal. We don't see the mess, So when we're navigating it, sometimes we think it's insurmountable. But all of these people, these are elite people. It's not their bodies, it's their minds. And we don't see that. It doesn't mean it's not there. So it's the only thing that I allow my 6 and 7-year-olds to sit through and just binge watch is the Olympics. All of these elite professionals at the top of their game with, the mental capacity of an ox, if that's a thing. I don't know. Is that a thing? Performing at these incredible levels. Like, for me, it's insane. I mean, ambition is something I really try and nurture in my children. I have really mixed relationships with just that feeling around what it means to be ambitious and competitive, because my children's school, they talk about participation, they talk about taking part. I talk to my children about running as fast as they can, and really helping out their team, but I want them to be the very best that they can be, and I want them to compete, and I want them to be ambitious. And you were talking about your mum, and I was thinking about my mum, and she passed away over 20 years ago. But one of the things she used to say to me is, somebody's child has to win the Nobel Prize. Why not my child?
I love that.
And
I love that.
And you take, the thing is, we're like sponges. So even though I lost her many, many years ago, I will never forget that. That's always, and why not me?
Yeah.
Why not me?
Yeah. And platform to which you describe of her coming to participate, to show up, really could be typical of us going into our own world, into our own business, into our own organization to perform and show up. And everything that you described there, you said she came to win, perhaps is the avatar that we need to also take up. Like, are we coming to win, or are we coming to be mediocre? Like, what's that? Go home, or what's that saying that we? Yeah, go home. That's go hard or go home, but with an essence of, me, I love ease, and I love joy, and I love alignment. I think when people talk about like, make it easy and let it be easy, or let it be in alignment, the people will automatically think, that's just being lazy, not going hard at it. But I think you can have a good balance of, I'm coming to win, and I'm going to do it in a way that feels in alignment with who I am a person. Because when you see Simone, on that stage, she's really having fun. She's like dancing to what was it? I don't know. She's dancing, and she's smiling, and she's bringing in her whole self. She's still working really hard, but she's doing it like, I've come to win. This is what I see anyway. So I'm going to do it in a way that is for me. And I think all these things that we're talking about as leaders is in, how do we hold space for people to go, you've got this. Like, you can definitely show up in all your essence, and you can still win this. And I love like how you give her the context to that, because this is how this relates to everything that we're talking about.
Yeah, the beautiful thing also, I think, about gymnastics is you're not competing with someone next to you. It's not about beating them. It's about performing to the very best of your ability. So all she had to do was to bring the very best of herself. She couldn't control the marks that other people got. So I think there's something really important about competition and ambition, and it being about self.